Alright, on the phone tonight we have Two Wheel Warrior calling from Wichita, Texas. He's been a member of the UFC.com forums and blogs since December of 2008 with 9,949 comments. So it's good to have you on the show tonight, Two Wheel.
It's good to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Two Wheel, how are you?
I'm doing alright. How about yourself?
Very good, thank you.
Alright, hey, we brought you up because I'm a big Machida guy, you're a big Machida guy, and Machida Shogun rematch is coming up. How do you see that fight going down this time?
I see Machida taking the win and being a little more dominant in his victory.
So do you see it going to a decision, or how do you predict the end of this fight?
You know, I could see a decision, but I could see a finish. I think Hua's going to be a little more aggressive because he felt he got screwed last time, and I think that could result in him running into Machida's fist.
You know, Machida usually has a really good game plan, which is, what I like about the guy as far as, his history of training with his family and how he goes about his fighting. I think he's going to try to probably take the fight to the ground, maybe utilize his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, possibly in a later round, and I think maybe a submission rather than a TKO or a KO. What do you think about that?
A submission is definitely possible. We've seen Shogun get submitted by Forrest Griffin after he got worked on the ground a little bit. I could see him getting into some trouble with Machida, but you never know.
Now, obviously, in the first fight, it was a controversial decision. A lot of people thought Shogun won. I personally thought at the end of the fight that the ref was going to raise Shogun's hand, and when he raised Machida's, I was a little surprised, but it was a close fight. How did you see the first fight as far as that controversial decision?
Well, like you said, it was a close fight. It's a very close fight. I could see how they could give it to either, but after watching the fight numerous times, I scored Machida for the first 3 rounds and Shogun for the 4th and 5th.
Okay, so you're okay with the decision?
I'm okay with it.
Alright, cool. And do you think that, I think the main factor for Shogun in the first fight was his leg kicks. Do you see Machida coming up with a game plan to combat that, and do you see Shogun going with that same game plan of leg kicks followed by some strikes?
I think Shogun will come in with a similar game plan, but I think he'll be expecting Machida to be ready for that. So I think it's going to be a great fight, man. I think these guys are both going to be ready for what they think the other guy's going to do.
And let's say hypothetically Shogun wins or hypothetically Machida wins. Who do you see as the best contender after this? Because this is a rematch this last September where Machida hasn't obviously defended himself against anybody else, but it's still a stacked light heavyweight division. Who would you like to see get a shot at the title?
Well, I know Randy's been doing some work in the light heavyweight division. I'd like to see him get a crack at it.
Now, what do you think about John Jones coming off that impressive victory against Brandon Vera? Do you think he deserves a title shot or not quite yet?
I think you could give him a title shot. We've seen guys come in and, like Anderson Silva, win one fight and get a title shot. So, who am I to say they deserve it or not? I think everyone deserves a title shot if they're winning. So, I'd have no problem seeing John Bones Jones fighting for the title himself.
I agree. It's a stacked division, so we'll see what happens with the Machida Shogun fight, and then we'll see who gets the winner of that fight. So, hey, Two Wheel, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, and we appreciate you coming on. Any last word before we let you go?
Thanks for having me, man. It's been a real pleasure. I hope to be back, and I'd like to give a shout out to Jessica Simpson and Michelle Beadle. I love you.
Hey, Two Wheel, it's been great. A lot of fun having you on, and we'll talk to you soon, alright?
Definitely, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.